I had to do a whole practice round. So I've not had the best experience with black women lately. But I realized that my experiences with the disrespect that they've given me is because I have like the three best people in the world in my corner: Kosh, Kennedy, and Kim. You know what's crazy? Is that my KKK loves me more than black women do. I love that. There's a black woman in there, there's a white man in there, and then there's an Indian woman in there. I'm pretty sure that's some. Anyways, let me tell you about the issues I'm having with black women. I work 4 jobs, 4 different black women managers. One of my managers, I'm gonna start with the Hilton. The reason why I accepted a job at the Hilton because it was supposed to be 4 overnight shifts. I get to night 4 on my first week. I say, hey, I'm not on the schedule. She hasn't asked me to the next day. I work that night. She says, yeah, we're going to start with 3 days and then we're going to go to the 4th day in the next week or so. I say, okay. Prior to that, she was giving me some weird information about stuff and then just kind of playing around in my face. And when I started asking questions, she was dodging them. I probably should have known that was a red flag, but I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm not going back. I'm not going back to that because I've learned that there's disrespect there. I'm going to show you how I learned how to tell you disrespect later, but there's disrespect there, and there's my red flag, and I don't need to stick around for more red flags. So I'm not doing that shit again because you're trying to play on the first week. You heard? My second job is also a black manager, black woman manager. And I'm sitting there, and I'm thinking, this is also day 4 or 5, mind you. Day 4 or 5. And I'm sitting there like, is it just me or is there like some disrespect going on, right? And so I start asking the coworker. She's like, no, she's really confrontational, conflict. And this isn't a black manager. This is a black coworker. I'm sorry. She's really confrontational, conflict filled. They might be actually. Yeah, because I dried them before I went to work. Yeah, I'll get those in a second. Yeah, I'll get those in a minute. Okay, cool. So they do that shit, and she's like, yo, blah, 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 you've been disrespecting me since I got here. I'm like, I've been disrespecting you? I'm like, by asking you to do your work? She's like, the way that you say words, the way that you say that this is what needs to be done for the shift instead of saying, can you guys do this for the shift? I said, oh no. And I was just like, yo, she's very confrontational. She's very disrespectful in the way that she wants things done. She feels like she's entitled and shit should be done the way that she wants it done. And I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. So I just give it up to the upper management. And now there's an attitude. I'm like, all right, great. So I start asking around, and it turns out this is how she is. I'm like, yo. So you're telling me that the subliminal disrespect and the blatant disrespect, because she started lying in my face to me about shit that I was saying. I'm like, yo, I'm not dealing with that. I'm going to walk away. So we get to job number 3, where the CEO is a black woman, manager and a black woman. Which technically you can't be a CEO if you don't have the most shares in the company. We gotta stop throwing the word CEO around if we don't know what makes somebody a CEO. A CEO has the most shares in the company, which gives them the right to make decisions. I don't fuck with the way this is set up because she started doing weird stuff about the projects I was handling, and I trust their vision, but I also know that you're not for me. She's not for me. She's for the company, which is cool. But the way that she moves is sneaky and disrespectful. In fact, the cat that she does the things for is the person that I set up to be in the position that he's in. And that's why he's like, yo, I'm really impressed by how well you've been handling all this. And it's like, bro, I wanted you in this position to begin with. I just don't understand why she's being so sneaky about doing the things to get you the position that I wanted to get you in the first place. And now that her little side team doesn't do the things that I'm requesting, Like, I've been waiting for certain resources for a month, and I'm like, you know what, guys, I get it. I get it. You guys are being disrespectful at this point. You're being sneaky. I don't like it personally. I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm gonna walk away. I don't need to say anything. I don't have to break anything down. That's my thing. I don't explain anything to these people anymore. I just stopped doing things. They started removing me from chats. I removed myself from the group chat. Like, you guys are being very odd, and I don't like it. So I just started removing myself from the chat. Now, the what else was it? What else was it? The next one, Hilton, not the Hilton, the senior citizen I work at, another black manager lady. She fires my hiring manager leaves because of whatever's being passed down through there. So I already have it on my note that I'm out of here. I'm not gonna deal with that. She starts losing the messages that I'm sending her, saying I didn't say stuff to her, and I'm like, I knew as soon as my hiring manager left, shit was about to come down on me, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with that. I'll come to work. Like, all these things I do security at. I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, I don't know why everybody, like, these black women are making things so hard for me. Now, that's the professional side. I have an artist who spazzes out on me because I don't say hey before I give her information that people are paying me for. I was like, this is not real life right now. It absolutely is. I said, all right. Okay. Y'all got it. Do your thing. I don't want to be part of anything that I don't want to be part of anything where no. I'm good on all of it. Because right now, I'm like, you guys are making me feel undervalued and disrespected, and it gets crazier and crazier because then I have an ex, she graduates, her mom, I tell her the week before, like, I don't want to deal with anything from her because she's already being rude and disrespectful and insensitive and, like, making assumptions about stuff that I don't really care to deal with at this point in my life. She gets on the phone with her mom. Her mom says, hey, I want to see you. I'm like, cool, whatever. I let the mom convince me to come see him. Like, I'm seeing him Saturday. Saturday's like, oh, cool, we're having a good time. Then her best friend comes out of nowhere, and she's like, yeah, this has been my best friend since undergrad. She's introducing her to all these folks at a cookout. I'm like, I dated you for a year, and I never knew your best friend? I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here, bro. I don't have to explain anything. I just leave. Irish goodbye. I get a call. I say, hey, yo, vibe your thing. You're being disrespectful as shit. Like, this whole thing is disrespectful and weird. Once you get disrespectful and weird, I'm out. Once you get disrespectful, I'm out. But once you get disrespectful and weird, I'm like, yo, no. Ew, gross, stupid. So it's not it for me. And I'm just like, yo, you got it. And then there's that shit on my fucking wallet, nigga. Bro, ain't no way. But yeah, it's just like, yo, what are we talking about? Like, so I said there's just so much weirdness and disrespectfulness that was coming from black women to me over like the last 8 months, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, so let me understand what I'm doing wrong. And what I'm doing wrong is accepting it. And I look at them, and it's like they believe that they're the victims, and I don't get it until I go down to Savannah maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I meet with Kim. Kim changes my perspective on all of this, right? Kim is the nicest person in the world, and I would fucking do anything that she asks. Like, Kim, I want Kim to be my best friend for the rest of my life. I want Kim to help me raise my kids. I want Kim to have my kids. But Kim does, like, we talk, we eat, she buys dinner first night, I buy her dinner the next night. This is all platonic, mind you, which kind of makes it contradicting what I just said, but I say that I say I want her to have my kids in like the most respectful way that I would love for her to be the mother of my kids, because I know my kids would turn out to be great, fantastic people if I have her helping me raise them. right? So Kim is Indian, by the way. And as I'm talking with her and I take what she tells me back to Atlanta, Georgia, I start seeing everything. I'm like, I get it now. I understand like the empathy. I start being very empathetic towards these women, which is another reason why I just started walking away after they disrespect me, because now I can see more of why, and it's ugly. It's not for me. There's a lot going on there that a lot of people gotta unpack, and that shit is not for me to deal with anymore. So it's like I feel you, but I'm also gonna go this way. And I needed this venting session because I'm really just tired of black women being disrespectful to me for no reason. Like, you guys are brainwashed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Y'all are brainwashed into thinking that you have to do things that you don't have to do. I'm not gonna say all black women. I should have said the black women that I have been dealing with very recently. But then again, that's only a small handful of them, though. It's just these are the ones that stick out because they've just been very disrespectful to me. There are some who've just been like, yo, let's vibe, or let's not vibe. And that's why, this is another reason why I'm working the way I want to work with. Like, I want to work with black women because I still have faith that this is just a bad bunch of apples because they're running somebody else's shit or they're a part of somebody else's shit instead of building their own stuff. So I still want to work with black women, and this is kind of where my pay what you want offer is coming from, is because I have this faith that the only issue that I have with black women are in these ones that I've been dealing with lately because of whatever ego trip they're on, whatever the age thing is. I think whatever the financial shit is, economic shit is, whatever it may be. But I know for a fact that the women that I work with, they're not like that. They're not like that at all. The people I work with, the people I love, the people in my corner, I can understand why the world would give me so much shit, because the 3Ks I have in my corner can't be beat. I've got Kim, I've got Caution, I've got Kennedy. Nigga, I would throw as much bullshit at me as I can if I had these 3Ks in my. I would throw every obstacle I could at me just to see me come over it, because all I ever have to do is just think of those three. One of those three. Thinking of one of those three will get me through more than y'all can throw at me. And don't forget, I'm a simp. So these are my 3 kings. You don't even know about the rest of my deck. Like, I got a full deck that I'm playing with. So y'all think that disrespectful shit is sliding. It's not. I'm not the one that disrespect. Don't take your anger out on me. All I got is love. But I'm also not going to keep letting this shit affect the way that I love my people. I'm not going to let the way that these women have been disrespectful to me affect the way that I love my people. And this isn't the women who put me in the friend zone, the women who curve me, the women who turn me down. That's not disrespect. That's choices. That's their boundaries. That's their decisions. That's not disrespectful at all. It's the women that I actually deal with who do disrespectful shit. That's disrespect.